Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If you want to know my learning progress with my Dutch studies, keep watching. Los geht's! My name is Dustin. I'm an IT project manager from Germany. On this channel we create content that helps us to be more productive, to learn new things, especially languages, and to live a happier and more fulfilling life. Today I want to give you a quick update about my Dutch learning so far. We will start with what I've done in detail, how much time I've spent, and last but not least, which the next steps are. Let's dive into today's topic. But first of all, a sip of coffee. I've made some progress with my goals, but there's still a long way to go. What you can see here is that I do also daily a few Anki flashcards. So each word that I gather throughout my studies that seems really important to me and seems to be a high frequent word, I put into Anki or into my Anki decks and then I study them daily. I do that for all of my languages, so that became an automatism, I think. Further, I've read the whole first section of the Dutch phrasebook from Lonely Planet to wrap my head around the Dutch language again. I've also added Babbel to this deck because I want to try it out for an app review. Further, I also want to profit from the noticing hypothesis. I already mentioned that topic in the Busuu app review and I will link it here. It helps me to notice patterns and structures of the language in the content that I consume. Normally I use Busuu, but I wanted to try out something different this time. Busuu and Babbel are very similar in the approach how they teach in general. So I can't wait, as I've already mentioned, to make a Babbel review, and then I will probably also do a comparison between Babbel and Busuu, but that might be a different video. Other than that, I'm following exactly the strategy as outlined in my video. I will link it also here. We are currently still at the stage of developing our comprehension mainly. The LingQ mini stories are getting a bit boring by now, because they are very repetitive and I know them pretty much by heart, or at least the content, because I've consumed them already in 2 other languages. But nevertheless, especially the more advanced ones, so the later ones, are still interesting in terms of the structure of the language. So I still learn each time something new. My goal is still to listen to each of them 10 times. And I've already thought about shortening this step, but I will stick to the plan. I think it's really helpful. Further, I've also consumed all the other content at LingQ for the A1 guided course. Now I'm mainly reading the easy Dutch video subtitles and then I watch the videos themselves. So first I read one video and then I watch one video. Sounds a bit strange, but yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, those videos are really great and I can just highly recommend them as a learning resource. Now I listen each morning on the way to and from the gym the LingQ mini stories, and then during my Pomodoro breaks from work I read the Easy Dutch subtitles and watch the Easy Dutch videos. Currently at LingQ I'm at about 2,500 known words and I'm progressing pretty quickly still. Of course, the progress slows more and more down the more words you know, because those high frequency words become less and less. And then with drops, I've also made some progress, so I'm at a little bit more than 250 known words and phrases of the 1000 that I want to reach. And yeah, it really helps me also to work on my pronunciation, because each time a phrase or word gets spoken out loud, I would repeat it immediately after it. Dutch has many similarities with German, but there are also some nuanced differences and some false friends, as I have already noticed. Like for example, the word wie in Dutch means who in English, and in German that would be wer. But the word wie in German means how in English. So yeah, that can be really confusing. In total, I've spent so far about 37 hours with Dutch, and that's active studying as well as passive listening. So I would say probably about 70%, 60 to 70% is passive listening at least. There's still a long way to go, but for the little amount of time I've spent so far, I can understand already quite much. That's the good thing, of course, about learning languages which are closely related. So I keep doing exactly this stuff until I'm finished with reading and watching all the Easy Dutch videos, having listened to all the mini stories 10 times each, and also having learned 1000 words and phrases with drops. Then I will move on to study the TED Talks in depth, and I will also start to shadow them. And the next step is to talk about the TED Talks while recording myself, and yeah, then to correct my recordings using DeepL. And then to study, of course, the corrections. Learning Dutch is a really nice little project that I can run on the side to try and to test new things. In my opinion, it's a beautiful language and it sounds way more ancient than German or English. Currently I'm watching the TV series Vikings, and there are some scenes where Old Frankish gets spoken.
Rollo e anan.
Redus rollo et anun.
None.
Non.
And the funny thing is that I could recognize some stuff because Old Frankish is the progenitor of Dutch and also had some influence on the French language. What's interesting is that Charlemagne, who a lot of French claim to be the prime father of the French nation, has spoken Old Frankish, which hasn't been a Romance language but a Germanic language. Nevertheless, many words of Old Frankish have found their way into the French language. Like, for example, in Old Frankish, bleu is in Dutch blau and in French bleu, so it's related. Okay, enough history for today. Would you like to learn more about the history of languages and probably some analysis of specific film scenes, like for example of a TV series like Vikings? And if you found this video useful, please leave me a like and a subscription to the channel, and to not miss anything going forward, click on the notification bell. Thank you very much for watching and see you the next time.